Hey y'all. Today's objective is simplifying square roots. So there's 3 ways to simplify square roots that we've been doing. The first way is if it's a perfect square. If it's a perfect square, you just simplify it, like square root of 25 is 5. We've also gone over how to estimate square roots. If it's not a perfect square and we estimate it to a decimal point, so square root of 27 is between 25 and 36. And then we take the square roots and you estimate and you get about 5.1. The last way to simplify square roots is to find an exact measure and you use upside down division. So I'm going to show you what that means in this video. So we're going to simplify square roots with upside down division. Alright, so some examples. Square root of 12. 12 is not a perfect square, so we don't know the answer. And we could estimate it to be about a decimal number, but I'm going to show you how to simplify it. Not estimate it, but simplify. So we use upside down division. You see I've already started it. 12, and I need to use the smallest prime number that I can, so starting with 2. So I put a 2 on the outside. And 12 divided by 2 is 6. And then I do another stair. I need to divide 6. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then I need to divide 3. But 2 won't go into 3, so I need to use 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So then I'm done. That's upside down division. Now the second part is we have to find pairs. Pairs of numbers to bring out of the square root sign. So I have one pair. So that pair is going to come out of the square root symbol. So I'm going to have 2 on the outside. So I've taken that pair out. You just take one of the two, you take the pair out and it's 2. And whatever you have left goes underneath, and so it's 2 root 3 is how you say it. 2 times the square root of 3, 2 root 3. Let's do another one. Square root of 18. Not a perfect square, so we're going to simplify. I start with 18, and then I put a little upside down division sign, and I'm going to start with 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So then I do another little stair. 2 won't go into 9, so I go to 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And then 3 divided by 3 is 1. You always go until you get to 1. That's when you stop, when you get to 1. Now I need to circle my pairs. I have a pair of 3s. So a 3 is going to come out, and whatever I have left over goes under the radical. So the answer is 3 root 2. Alright, so let's do another one together. Square root of 32. I start with 32 in my upside down division, and I'm going to start with 2. So 32 divided by 2 is 16. Then we do another level. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And 2 divided by 2 is 1. You go until you get to 1. Now you don't ever use numbers like 4 or 8 or 10 because those are not prime. You need to use numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Alright, now we circle our pairs. So I have a pair of 2s right here, and I have another pair of 2s. So you circle any of the pairs that you have. Those come out. So watch what I'm going to do. I have 2 pairs, so I'm going to do 2 times 2. So that's 4. 2 times 2 is 4. And I have 1 2 left over, so that goes underneath the radical. So my answer is 4 root 2. Alright, so let's do some more examples. D, square root of 40. So we start with 40. In my upside down division, I'm going to divide it by 2. And I get 20. I'm going to divide it by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And then what will go into 5? 5. So I divide by 5 and I get 1. Upside down division, now I circle my pairs. So I have a pair of 2's. And I know a 2 comes on the outside. And then I need to multiply that. 2 times 5 is 10. So 2 root 10. All right, square root of 60. I start with 60. And I'm going to divide by 2. So 60 divided by 2 is 30. I'm going to say 30 divided by 2 is 15. 2 won't go into 15, so I'll go to 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And then 5 divided by 5 is 1. Remember, you stop when you get to 1. So we circle our pairs. I have a pair of 2's. So I know my answer is going to be 2. And 3 times 5 is 15. So 2 root 15. That's how you simplify radicals. So I have a you try. I want you to try F, pause it, and then when you get done, press play. So I start with 75. So 2 won't go into 75, but 3 will. And I get 25. And then 5. And then 1. Now you may have started with 5 and you got the same answer. So we circle our pairs. And then the 3 stays inside the radical. So 5 root 3. If you had started with 5, let me show you. 5 will go to 25 15 times. And then 5 and then 3. So you still have 5 root 3. So it doesn't necessarily matter the order that you do it. As long as you do it correctly, you should get it right. Alright, so some more examples. 72. This one's going to be a little more difficult, so let me show you 72. 2. And 72 divided by 2 is 36. 2, which is 18. 2, which is 9. 3. And 3. So again, I'm just dividing and I'm using small numbers like 2, 3, and 5. I need to circle my pairs. So I have a pair here and I have a pair here. I'm going to multiply those pairs. 2 times 3 is 6. And what I have left over goes inside the radical. So you can have pairs that are separate and you still multiply them together. H, 120. So I have 120. Hi, I'm recording. I'm working. Yeah, it's okay. 120. Let's divide by 2. Now remember, you can't use 4 because it's not prime. So let's divide by 2. And that is 60. Now let's just say you wanted to divide by 3. And you get 20. Okay? Now let's go back to 2. And you get 10. 2 is 5. And 5 is 1. So you see, I still have a pair of 2's that are going to come out. And I have 2 times 3 times 5. So 2 times 3 is 6. And 6 times 5 is 30. And the answer is 2 root 30. So again, it doesn't matter where your pairs are, but you have to take your pairs and take them out. And then anything else goes under the radical. So you try I, 150. I want you to try I, and we're going to go over this in class.